What to do, everybody? Y'all already know what's going on. Back at it again. Another SG video. Kind of feels like I haven't recorded this in a while. I say that in like every single video at this point, but you know, it is what it is. I guess I'll just start making these a monthly thing officially. But I don't really have that good of gear, so that kind of sucks. But oh, hello. It's a free iron chest plate right here if it decides to turn around. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Again, it has been, I mean, I don't want to say a while, but I don't just record these every single day. I'd say at this point I record these like once a month now, so I mean, I'd love to get these, you know, more active, but I mean, it's no secret. The highlights are what get views now, so I'm going to put more time into those, I guess, and I'm also going to look into a montage soon, maybe. I don't know yet if I'm actually going to do it, but I do have enough clips, so that is something that was realistic. So, okay, I don't have pants, but this is a guy I should be able to beat. I'm just gonna, oh, gapple, it's useful. I don't have pants, so I have a pretty bad weapon, so I kind of have to be careful. I might just let him go, and I might just go craft a diamond sword and fight him later, but looks like I have to get through him, so not really sure what's going on here. I guess I'll exchange with him, see how it goes. Okay, that's not a good spot to go into. Okay, nice, my rod just didn't cast there. Alright, he's dead. That went better than I expected, honestly. I mean, I had a gold sword there. He had a lot better armor than I did, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of that, but, you know, we got the kill. But, yeah, today I wanted to talk about big topic that I was supposed to address before I took my little break, but I never really got around to it, and that is teaming and SG. The whole teaming situation, you know, I mean, there's a lot of very, I'd say, mixed feelings about it throughout this community, but I've been promising to touch on it for a while, so here we go. So, a lot of the things I'm about to say, I mean, it's pretty much my outlook on, like, the community's opinions, I guess, compared to my own, how I feel about them. Again, most of the things I say here are going to be my own opinion. A lot of these things that I'm going to say are based off of things that I've seen people state in Discord and game, on the forums, but yeah, so pretty much if you've never really played on this server before, then it's not your average server, I would say. There is a pretty large teaming community. I mean, teaming is pretty mainstream on here, I'd say, so you are so dead, my guy. So there's a lot of people who are like super against teaming as well, so first we have the category of people who see teaming as a problem, and they, how do I say this? They think that the solution is to re-implement Team SG, which if you weren't around back then, it was a system that the server used to have. It was implemented in like, I think 2017-ish. Not really. Jesus Christ! Where did they come from? Okay. Kind of pissed my pants a little bit there, but missed the rod there. That should be fine. Haru's like one hit. I'm not sure how she's not dead yet, but yeah, I'm fine. Wow, that was so unexpected. Like, I feel like my commentary is just getting interrupted back and forth. Because, like, I was not anticipating that. You know, it is what it is. Video's a video, so. Oh, I suck with a bow. That's something that hasn't changed. So, there's a group of people who genuinely believe that adding back Team SG will fix the server's problems. Obviously, I'm exaggerating when I say, like, fix the server's problems, but there are, like, a lot of people who think re-implementing Team SG is the move. And let me just explain this real quick. So, they implemented this game mode, and this rule back in like 2017. The way it worked was there was a solos mode and a teams of 2 mode. And basically, you couldn't team in the solos mode, and you couldn't cross team in the teams of 2 mode, otherwise you would get banned. The way this would work is, if you don't know how punishments on this server are, at first, teaming was a gameplay severity 1 offense, and I'll put a screenshot up on the screen right now of a little chart explaining the punishment lengths and everything. But so pretty much, at first the teaming punishment was a gameplay severity 1 offense. As you can see, the punishment times were not very long. At most it was like 5 hours, I'm pretty sure. Man, what a great staff member I am. I don't have this memorized, but I'm relatively confident it was like 5 hours. You can just refer to the chart. But yeah, you could literally go to sleep and wake up and be unbanned, which was a problem. So as you probably figure, not that many people really cared about the teaming rule. And I can say this firsthand because I actually played back then. Something I noticed among all the people who advocate for re-implementing Team SG is that none of them actually played back then, so they have no idea why it got removed. They have no idea like how it went down, how the rule actually sat with the community. I was there for all of it. I saw it before, I saw the growth of it, I saw the decline, so you can't really argue with me on this one. But nobody really cared that much about the rule, so they raised it to severity 2, thinking that people would adhere to the rule a little bit more, and that didn't really happen. As you can see, for severity 2s, still, longest ban length was like 4 days, I believe. And I don't know about you, but 4 days doesn't sound that long to me, because here's the thing. Back then, the IP banning rule on the server was 3 accounts banned at once under the same IP was an IP ban. So you could just go on an alt, pretty much. You can go, you have 2 alts that are expendable, basically, if you're smart about it. So, I mean, people just work their way around this, and they would team on their mains, get banned, go on an alt for the next couple days, like lay low, team again, get banned, then go on a 3rd alt, and then by the time they get banned again on the 3rd alt, their mains are already unbanned. I'm not even exaggerating. There were people who did this back then. So obviously that wouldn't happen today, probably, like at least to that extreme. However, it's definitely something that I see people doing again. Like when I say I don't see it happening again today, I'm talking about 3 accounts, because now an IP ban is 2 accounts, but it's still a very big possibility. Tons of people alt on the server now. I think partly because of me, which I'm going to talk about that in a completely different video. But yeah, so long story short, nobody really cared about the teaming rule back then. Nobody really followed it. Don't argue with me on it, because I actually know, and I was there to see it all happen. So yeah, my biggest problem with re-adding Team SG is really what happened in the past. Why would you make the same mistake twice, right? Because if you look at the history, we tried it, it didn't work. So why would we try it again? That's just something that doesn't seem logical to me. Especially considering that teaming today is way more mainstream than it was back then. So if you like look at it in that way, like back then it wasn't as mainstream as it is now, like it's gonna sit even worse with today's community than it did back then. Like, it's just not gonna end well if they re-implement it. That's really the easiest way I can put it. So alright, I think he's, I heard him eat, so I think he's right here. But yeah, there he is. This should be winnable if he's not cheating, which, I mean, you never know. I don't think he's cheating. Let's go. Very long story short, Team SG was just not really the best experience. I think that for this community, it's just not suitable whatsoever. This kind of leads into my next point. There's a lot of people on the server who really dislike teaming because they're from more competitive servers, if that kind of makes sense. Over the past couple of months, I'd say there's been a massive increase, or not massive increase, but yeah, there's been a massive increase in, I'd say, the diversity of the players on here. There's been a lot more like experience, I'd say. For example, like Clan War players are moving over to MCC simply due to the fact that there's a lack of other SG servers at the moment. I mean, there's barely anybody on backplay now, from what I know, at least when I'm on. I know FadeX shut down. I'm not sure how Tigris is doing. I know they had their beta, earlier this week. But my point still stands. There has been a decent increase of the player base, and a lot of them are from servers where teaming isn't really a big thing. Like, it's either like a team of 2 rule, or basically servers where games aren't flooded with teams of 5 and stuff. And it's totally understandable why they get frustrated. I mean, they're from a lot more competitive servers, so that makes sense. So they have more of that like competitive mindset, I guess. However, something most people don't realize is that MCC is not that competitive of a server. Now, don't get me wrong, monthly leaderboards are very sweaty. We have people boosting to get onto the top of monthly leaderboards. We have people doing all sorts of stuff, cheating, you know, cough, cough, but, you know. As a whole, though, this community is not competitive, I would say. In an SG game, you're going to run into maybe, like, 5 good players at maximum if you get into a 24-player game. And that's another thing. People lobby hop, okay? Like, you're not gonna find a full lobby of 24 players that frequently anymore, because that's just the nature of the server. Like, that's just the nature of the player base on here. People just aren't that competitive. Like, there's a massive LabyMod community on here where people just talk in LabyMod voice chat in the lobbies, and once the game starts, they leave, join the next lobby, talk with more people. Again, it's a cycle over and over and over again. And it's gotten to the point where a lot of people believe that that is more fun than actually playing SG, which sometimes it is, I will admit. It's pretty entertaining, but, you know, I hope that just kind of goes to prove my point that, like, MCC is not really that type of server. Like, the PvPers on here, let's be honest, most of the MCC-based PvPers, I mean, out of the SG players, I'd say me and Dald are, like, the top 2 who come from strictly MCC. There's a lot of other really good players on here, but, like, what I've noticed is that a lot of them come from other servers generally. So I hope that just goes to show, like, the type of community we have, because once you understand that, you'll kind of understand why, like, adding a teaming limitation won't really work, combined with the fact that, 1, the community just won't follow the rule, and 2, that's literally not our community. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully that made sense. And just keep in mind, I never said that I like any of these things. I'm just stating it as it is. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's just how the server is. It's not that type of competitive server. Like, if Mindman added SG or something, like, not UHC games, but if they added straight up SG, like, I'm willing to bet they'd implement a teaming rule, but, you know, because they have one on UHC mid-up, so be curious to see how they enforce that. Okay, this guy's geared. I'm not that geared, so I'm probably scared. Oh yeah, this pack, by the way, it's the red version of my V3. I'm releasing it in a couple of videos, so that will be definitely coming soon. But yeah, I mean, that's really what I have to say. My own personal feelings when it comes to teaming. I do it, just I'd like to think sparingly. I mean, I generally don't enjoy being in big teams. I just get bored easily, because usually what happens is when you're in like a team of 4 or higher, like at least with people like you're not in a call with, you guys will kill the entire game and then stand there for like 10 minutes and do like nothing. Stand there, punch each other around. Like, that's generally how it goes on here, at least from my experience. I'm not saying every single team is like this, but like a lot of them are. It's usually just what happens. So I just don't really want to deal with that. Like, I just get bored with those. So I generally only team with people in my Discord, which is not public. People in my guild, or just mutual friends. And sometimes there's a lot of mutuals, so, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I just deal with it, but like, that's kind of why it's nice playing on alts, because nobody really trying to like team with me the whole entire time, which is why it's easier recording on alts. I don't think I've recorded a video on my main, or a commentary video on my main, and I don't think it's been a year, but it's been a long time, so, you know, that's that. But yeah, I mean, I'll kill people and they'll get very, very offended that I kill them. I mean, I made a video about not taking the game personally, I mean, honestly, I think I might need to make a second updated version to that video because some people on the server are still just very bad at not taking things personally. I'll just leave it at that. But you know, it is what it is. You know, like, you do you, I'll do me. But just don't take it personally or get upset if I don't team with you. Like, I don't team with that many people unless we have a mutual in the game. It's really not a big deal. Like, you can call me sweaty all you want, but like, it's seriously such a like small problem that people make such a big deal out of. But yeah, speaking of alting, my next commentary video, which is already like halfway done, so hopefully that'll be out soon, but that video, I'm 100% addressing the alt situation with me and some of the people watching my videos. I'm not going to go too into detail because I want to save it for that video, but pretty much I'm going to be addressing why I actually plan alts and some of the disgusting things people do to try and figure out what accounts I'm on. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm just going to finish out this game, but hopefully that won't take too long to get out. And Colbert enchanted as always, so you'll love to see it. You're dead. Yeah, he pulled his bow back and he was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. This sort of knockback? Jeez, what the hell? Guy went flying. This pack, the red version of my V1 that I released a couple weeks ago. Yeah, no wonder that guy did so much damage. It was sharp too. I also had a KB sword. I don't like that, but yeah, this pack I'm going to be releasing in a 1v1 video with Liger. Should hopefully be out soon. Have to edit that still, but some pretty good fights. And I also have a 1v1 with Dodd coming soon, which I know a lot of people have been asking for, because I know we're like the two really like main big names on SG at the moment, so that video is going to come soon. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of stuff planned, so hopefully it doesn't take too long to get done, but I have a lot of other content, I guess, that I'm working on, so stay tuned. I'm not really sure yet if it'll go somewhere, but it's going to be a little bit different from what I'm currently posting. I mean, right now it's more like highlight based, but I guess I'm working on like more challenge or informational type videos, so you know, hopefully those do well. If not, you know, it is what it is. Back to teaming. As for an actual solution to the teaming situation, my eyes, good way to address it by the server. Kind of an unpopular opinion, I guess, but once I explained it, it should make sense. I think the best solution, the best course of action, is to do nothing. Literally, leave things the way they are. And me emphasizing the Team SG situation from a couple years ago kind of ties into this. Like I've said, MCC just doesn't have that competitive type of community. It's a very casual, laid-back community. Like, there's not that many PvPers, so like, I don't know. I just personally think it's best to just leave things the way they are. Just have no limit, no rule. Like, yeah, like, you might run into big teams, but let's be honest, like, those 8 teams that people talk about so much, you don't run into them every single game. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, the last time I've seen a team over 5 has been like, it's been like a month since I've seen a team over 5. Now, obviously, I don't play as much as I used to, but like, just generally speaking, I feel like people exaggerate the situation so much. Like, teams aren't impossible to kill. Because if you think about who's actually teaming, like, these players generally aren't that good. Like, if you run into a clan, then okay, good luck, obviously. But like, clans aren't even a thing on the server anymore. So, like, I don't know, I just feel like people exaggerate the teaming problem so much. Especially people who don't even play SG. And this again ties back to the Team SG thing earlier. A lot of people advocating that we re-add Team SG. I touched on this briefly earlier, but most of these people don't even play SG. Most of these people have zero experience. Just from what I've seen, like most of these people, they didn't even play back when TMSG was a thing, and they're trying to offer insight, acting like they know what they're talking about. Which, look, don't get me wrong, like discussion on the forums, like learning things, like educating yourself, I encourage all that, but don't go on the forums and like try to act like you know what you're talking about so that your forum posts look better for your staff application. Like, don't do that, dude. Like, I'm not an apps team member, I'm not giving official advice, so don't take this seriously because I'm a staff member, but like, just personal advice with my ethics, don't do that. Like, I don't know, I just generally find it annoying when people do stuff like that, because like, it's obvious you don't know what you're talking about, so just don't act like you do, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's not meant to be harsh, it's just like kind of a wake-up call that I think people need to hear. Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but thank you all for 200 subs. It's no secret. Oh, hello. Okay, deathmatch is coming sooner than I thought, I guess. But yeah, it's no secret that I don't take YouTube that seriously. But I mean, the past 2 months for my channel have been probably the best ever. My subs have gone up a decent amount. The growth has been a lot more than usual, and the highlight videos have been doing quite well, so I'm definitely paying attention to all that, working on more stuff, more prison stuff, hopefully. It's just kind of difficult playing prison, considering one, how laggy it is, and two, half the player base just ganks me every time I jump down because they're obsessed with me. But you know, this guy just really likes to run. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, like, having a bigger platform, I guess. I mean, it never really felt like it meant something until recently, I guess. And, you know, it's cool, so I definitely plan on trying to ride this wave. I think me, like, taking that break kind of killed the momentum. But, I don't know, my last highlights video did not do very well. So, it could be because the quality sucked, because it was an old video. But, you know, this is what it is. Again, I don't take this super seriously, so, you know, but hopefully neither of these guys are cheating, because that would be unfortunate, because then I'd probably die. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more. Y'all know what's going on. And I will see you all soon.
Pensé que yo te había olvidado, pero pusieron la canción que cantamos bien borrachos, que bailamos bien borrachos, lo besamos bien borrachos, los dos.